Hi everybody, welcome to Deb's Way. I'm Deb, and you are here in my sewing nook again for another hashtag Friday Sews. It's been a great week. It was a great week last week, and I'm going to tell you all about, well, something about what I did last week at the Sewing and Quilt Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, it was quite an event. And I've been to it before when I was quilting, before I took classes there and shopped a lot. And once again this year, I took classes as of Thursday. That was my class day. I took 2 of Lorraine Henry's classes on fitting. One in the morning, one in the afternoon. And there was a break in between, like about 2 hours off for lunch. And during that time, I did some major shopping. I mean, I just kind of whizzed around the booth areas, and I found a few things that I wanted to buy. Let me go over that. Well, first of all, the classes I took were Lorraine Henry's fitting classes. And in those classes, especially the one, she talked about, well, you're not going to get here, this book. Yes, it's the Fitting and Pattern Alteration. It is used by universities and colleges in some of the courses they teach on fitting, garment making, and Lorraine Henry teaches from this book. She showed a lot of information from this book during our class, and I just felt I had to have it. So I got this book, and then by the time I made it to her booth after the class, she was in the booth herself and saw that I was buying this, and she said, well, if I'm getting this, I really should buy some of these half-scale practice pattern pieces. So I thought, okay, and it was a group deal. You know, you buy it as a set and you get a cut in the price. So I'll give that a try. And the thing is, I think she did tell me that you can make copies of these pages and use them, you know, over and over and over again. Just use this as a master. So I found that I really liked the way that Lorraine did her sizings. And the last class I took, the afternoon class, was one of, it was like a, you know, the light bulb going off over your head. It was a great class, and I'm going to put a lot of her fitting suggestions into practice real soon. So, but anyway, that's what I bought on Thursday. First day of classes, I went and had to buy that. Now the next day, oh, also at Lorraine Henry's booth, this is another thing she talks about, measuring made easy. And she has a certain type of measuring tape that she uses. And I bought the little booklet to go with the measuring tapes. So I have that to work with. It's called Too Easy Tape Measuring. Okay. That was my major purchase. Well, okay, no, not quite. I did buy something else. Hold, please. Okay. This other item I saw on display, and I thought, what a cute little steam iron. The size I loved. The idea that it was cordless, I loved that idea. And a little steam iron. Well, after seeing it demonstrated, I had to have it. So it comes in this cute little case. This is the iron and its base. The base is a power charging base. It plugs in. But you can remove it from the base. Let's see here. Let me hold it up here. You can remove it from the base to use, like that. It's I think it's very lightweight. Of course, if you fill the base with water, it's going to be a little bit heavier, but it's not bad at all. And when you're done using it, you slide it back on the base to charge. Or if you are going to be ironing quite a bit, you just put this down on, well, I can put it on my ironing board as it is. I have a Teflon iron rest on it, so I'll just put it there to rest. You can't set it on its end because both ends are pointed. That's fine. I don't do that typically on the ironing board. So I really like this idea. And then it just sits back on the base. And to fill it, now I haven't used it at all, so let me see here if I can get this right. You can either fill it from the top here, or you can remove the tank and take that to the faucet to fill. Slides back on and you're ready to go again. I'm gonna really like this portability. So yes, I had to get that. And it does say on the iron that it's for quilting, but it's not just for quilting. It will come in handy for quilting, which I do sometimes because of the corners here, and well, and the steam too, but it has these nice corner or nice pointed edges for getting into certain points or, you know, certain seams with quilting. Anyway, but I'll use it for all things, not just quilting. So I bought that, and then I did go home after the first day of classes and the little shopping I did, and I returned the next day with my sister-in-law. Yeah, we went back on Friday specifically to shop, have a good time, and also for the meetup of whoever was in town for the Friday Sews group meeting there at the expo. So before the meetup, anyway, I was shopping again, and it was supposed to be a rainy day, but it didn't rain. But anyway, after I got there, knowing that it was supposed to be a rainy day, I happened to pass by a booth that was selling umbrellas, so I bought one. And it's kind of like a floral design. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell here on this. I thought it was pretty. I kind of have a collection of different umbrellas. I mean, I kind of buy them when I go on vacation, you know, to interesting places. And I saw those umbrellas there, and I thought, it's been a while since I bought a new one, so I bought it. And I passed by another booth that I had visited last year, and let's see here, it was called Design Walls. This is their business card. Rick and Julie Luoma, offthewallquilt.com. And there's a little measuring, just a little ruler about 3 inches long here on the bottom of their business card. And their business card is plastic, so I mean, hey, you can use that ruler in your sewing. On Friday, I went back with my sister-in-law with the idea to, number one, shop the booths specifically. I had no class to attend on Friday. And number two, have a good time out with my sister-in-law. Number three was to meet up with the group from Friday Sews. And I did attend that meetup, and it was wonderful. It was about noon out in the main lobby area of the event hall. And I would say there was about 20 of us there. It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was very interesting. It was humbling, actually, to me, you know, to meet up with people that I watch videos on YouTube all the time, that I chat with through their channel, you know, and to actually be able to meet up with them in person. It was just great. It was great. Thank you, Jen, for arranging that. I wish it had lasted longer, but it was what it was, and it was great. So anyway, besides that, yes, I did shop. And one of the booths I stopped at was this Off the Wall Quilt. This is their business card. It's hard plastic, and the bottom of it is a little 3-inch ruler. So I mean, because it is hard plastic, you can keep it and use it in your sewing box. Very handy. And I did buy something at their booth. I shopped there last year, and I found, oh, do I have it handy? Let me see. Hold, please. I did shop their booth last year and bought this. It is, oh, it's a little bit different. No, here, that's a little notch. Anyway, this is the one I bought last year. Both ends has a sewing tool. This end is a stiletto. I don't know if you can really see that. It's just a small, handy stiletto. that you can use in quilting especially, well, any sewing, to help guide things under the, under the needle. The other end is a sewist's, well, it's not the only tool, but it's one of the greatest tools ever. A stitch or seam ripper. Yeah, this is well, to me this looks like a medium-sized seam ripper, which is fine. This year I got this one, which is also a very pretty color. This one is more purpley. You can never have too many seam rippers. I mean, really. I have sewing kits that I take to class. I have sewing kits that I have around the house here. More than one sewing kit, really. So I can use these seam rippers wherever I go. They're a great sewist tool to have on hand, really. So I bought me a new seam ripper. I'll just call it a seam ripper. This is a little velvet bag that they put the seam ripper in. I think that's cute. It probably will never be stored in that again because I use my seam ripper all the time. Another thing that I bought on Friday was this kit. Very handy kit. This stuff really works. This is called Something New. Premium Jewelry Cleaner. This is a spray. You can spray it on your jewelry piece. And I know it works because I've used it and I love the way it does clean up my jewelry. This is a little container that you can soak your jewels in and just give it a nice little soak in here, then pull it out. And I use a very soft toothbrush, like a kid's toothbrush, to kind of work up the suds, rinse it off, work it up again, and clean my rings. This is something you start with first of all. This is a polishing cream. Oh, I haven't even opened it yet, but it's a polishing cream that you put on the ring with a toothbrush, work it in there, and then you can spritz it off with the polishing liquid here. Most of the time I just use this and it works really, really good. So yes, I had to buy another jewelry cleaning kit there. I've never seen it anywhere else but at the quilt show. So I took advantage of them being there this year too. That's another purchase on Friday. Since then, I've been to my sewing class, and there is the dress back there that I'm working on. It is more together now than it was before. I've got the zipper in successfully. I've got the side seams finished. The sleeve has to have a pleat in it, and then bands around the sleeve hem. And then hemming, oh, the neckline. I have to put the neck on. And then hemming, and my dress will be done. There's one more session of the class next week, and hopefully I'll have my dress finished by then. We'll see. I intend to work on it this weekend too. But that's all that's going on in my sewing room these days. And that's about all I've been up to lately too. So I hope you're all having a good week out there. You take care. Have a great week of sewing. I'll be talking to you again real soon. But it's going to be bye for this Friday Sews.